across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Giants, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And the Giants have it. It's picked up, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
They're running it. Shoot. Switch gears.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Johnston. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Johnston. And this is going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Blankenship's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. It'll continue to be interesting in these wet conditions how these kickers fare, but first test, passed.
And how about how the special teams unit handled that? A lot of concentration to make sure the ball didn't slip through his fingers. After the snap, got it down and let him pop it through the posts.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. Hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
Liam Eichenberg, second-round pick in 2021 from Notre Dame, the guilty party.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here comes the Lions punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
3 down, 3 down.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Throwing on 1st down. Johnston. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Barkley a 1st down and more. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Saquon Barkley running right. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week.
This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That is caught by Stewart. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Chris Nagar now for the extra point.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 2nd down and 3. From the gun, Johnston. Flush to his right. Catch made by Slayton.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A first down carry for Barkley. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Looking to throw. Johnston. That's complete to John Ross. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Johnston. And his throw here is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Back to throw again. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 23.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They go play action here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing deep for Stewart. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go into the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled. And take it. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. First thrown out for the backup, Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Push him back. Push him back. He's checking. He's checking.
Running left, it's Barkley. And some room to maneuver. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a give to Barkley, and he'll get this one down to about the 27.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left.
Broken tackle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Off the play fake. Donaldson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Stewart. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
They'll run right here with Swift.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now left side on the swing pass. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Donaldson.
And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and they'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Now Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Graves. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Play action. Donaldson.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Desmond King picks it.
And the Giants force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
111 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
They'll go to Barkley again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Off the play fake. Donaldson.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. So nothing doing there. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
He'll find Bryant, his tight end. It's complete.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And they'll get him down right about the 20.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Complete to Stewart, right side. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash. This from 33.
Nagar's kick is good.
And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
That's complete to Slayton.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
The Giants on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Rodgers.
Once again, he finds Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
122 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
I'm going back to you.
Again, it's Barkley. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Let's go, baby.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And he's got room. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Giants,
their chances of finishing over 500, they remain alive as they move to 6-8 on the year.
And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.